All right. Well, thank you guys so much for joining in the call tonight and for watching the replay or the Facebook Live. We just got back from an amazing weekend in Phoenix for Global Convention. And I have to tell you, like every single time I go to an event, it just lights a fire under my rear end. I get so inspired. We make such incredible memories with our team and extended team and corporates, and just really builds belief like you just cannot get when you don't go to these events. So I know that all of us that went, we were totally inspired and just fueled up, and we want to get more of you to the next event. And I'll talk a little bit about that later. But I'm going to share my screen with you, and we're just going to recap a little bit. There were so many things announced this weekend. I'm not probably going to get through all of them tonight, but I want to get through some of the big highlights and maybe have some team members share a few takeaways from the event. But you guys, it's such an exciting time in LifeVantage. I mean, I've been a part of this company for almost 9 years. You know, it's so incredible to me to see how this company and the direction is continuing to just forge the trail with activated wellness, the science behind our products, the quality, the hearing from the doctors on the scientific advisory board, hearing from the board of directors, on stage, just talking about really the vision for this company and just one-on-one time with the CEO. I mean, it's just such an exciting time to be a part of this company, and, being able to really make a difference in people's lives. It's just awesome. And it's why I'm still here, why I'm still sharing. And I know all of us that were there feel the same way. So let me just share my screen and just kind of go through a few little recaps. And if you did not catch the Team Global Aloha call today, some of this was on there. And I would encourage you to go back and watch that call, because it just, again, reinforces kind of some of the stuff I'm talking about. But so yes, we were in Phoenix. And before I get really started with the recap, I did want to just congratulate our awesome rock stars who got new customers over the last week. And Jenny Field and Carol Betts, you guys, man, are rocking it every single week. I feel like you got it. You've got it going on. You're really like raising the bar for the rest of us to kind of keep up with you. I'm just so proud of you guys. And Genevieve Keeler is a veterinarian, and she's one of those that I've never seen on a call, but she continues for years now to build this business within her practice, and really her passion is helping her patients, and she has a health journey of her own, so maybe I can get her on a call. But she got a new customer this week. So Genevieve, if you're watching, congratulations, you're awesome. And so I just love you guys. All right. So first off, I guess we'll start with this slide. I'm excited because they have now, they have now come out with a new flavor of the daily wellness. And so I love the old flavor or the current flavor. I'm so excited for us to have like something else to mix it up, because sometimes it gets boring when you're doing the same kind of thing, drink guys over and over. Just like the Axio, we have different flavors of Axio, and now they are offering a lemon ginger flavor of the daily wellness. So hopefully that will, I think it's temporary at this point to see how well it does, and maybe it'll become permanent. But you can drink it hot or cold. I tried it cold. It was delicious. And I think some other people on the team tried it hot and thought it was delicious. So winter coming up, and if you want like a hot kind of, a hot drink that's going to activate your daily wellness and support your immune system, I would recommend trying this new flavor and, seeing, give us your feedback on that. Another announcement is for those of you who knew that, this has been going on for the last few months, but they are offering collagen cash, meaning that any current customer who orders a 30-day supply of the collagen is going to get, you're going to get an extra $15 for every order placed of the liquid collagen. So they are extending that through, I believe, the end of November. And so again, just think about, kind of going through your back office, seeing what customers you currently have and start sharing the benefits of collagen with them, seeing if they want to try it out. And, if they decide to try it for a month, that's going to be an extra on top of the, commission you're going to get for that order. You're going to get an extra $15 for, every single person who orders a 30-day supply. So that's super exciting that they're still offering that. And then they announced this really great incentive called Run to Pro 4. And this is so awesome because it's really going to create, I think, a lot of momentum on our team, because there are people that are very, very much able and ready to run to this rank. And there are some people on the team who have hit this rank, but then maybe not maintained it. So they're going to be offering some cash incentives for those people who want to run to Pro 4. And so what they're doing, this is going to go from October 1st through the end of February. And essentially, if you are able to rank advanced to Pro 4 for the first time and maintain that for a month, the following month, you're going to get $400 cash for hitting that rank, on top of, the other cash you're going to get just in terms of hitting that rank through sales. If you've hit Pro 4 before and you return to that rank, they're going to give you $200. And then also, if you have personally enrolled distributors who hit Pro 4, you're going to also get $100 for that. So Team Global Aloha tonight on their call, Vandy and Daisy are kind of working together to help people who really want to hit this rank. And they're going to be doing daily text messages of inspiration, kind of helping you get the right mindset. And then they're going to do 3 kind of one-on-one check-ins throughout each month to kind of see where your goals are, where your struggles are, things like that, so that they can help you. And all you have to do to enroll or get that support is you're going to text Pro 4 to this number. I believe that's Vandy's cell phone number, and then she will send you some information. And you guys, this could be not only for those who are striving for Pro 4 for the first time or re-ranking to Pro 4. This can also be for those of us who are already at that rank, but maybe we have our second business centers that we could get to that rank as well. So my second business center is a Pro 2. So I'm going to totally, go for trying to get that to Pro 4. Now, LifeVantage is not going to pay $400 for your second business center, but you will get that support from Vandy and Daisy and encouragement to obviously get your second business center there. And obviously getting that to happen is going to grow your business, and you're therefore going to make more money anyway. So, again, it's just a goal for those of us maybe who have already hit that level, but want to be a part of this Run to Pro 4. So you guys can totally do this. This is $10,000 of organizational volume in 1 month. And there are some fabulous incentive packages and promotions going on that can kind of help you get jump started on that, which I'm super excited about. So obviously the collagen is huge, right? So that could totally boost your volume. You're going to get the collagen cash. People are all about collagen. So that's kind of a no-brainer there, but they're also at Global, they talked about or announced this No Gain November. So obviously coming into the holidays, you know, a lot of people, obviously we have, you know, concerns about gaining weight through Thanksgiving, Christmas, New Year's. That tends to be the time, you know, when we put on the extra pounds. So they're doing this challenge, No Gain November, to maintain weight and wellness. And this is really focused around our fat burn product. And you guys, we've had the fat burn out for a number of years. And, you know, it's kind of one of those products that's just not talked about very often. I'm not sure how much people actually know about it or really believe in what it does. But there was, you know, there was already a lot of science behind this product, but there are new studies and new discoveries about our fat burn that were released over this past weekend at Global. And I'm so excited about this. And I cannot wait to see over the next few months how this works for me, because I've taken it on and off for, you know, since it came out, but I've never been super consistent with it. You know, again, it's like more pills to swallow. And I think you really have to be reminded with a lot of our products why they're so important to take. And so anybody struggling with the extra pounds, or, you know, even just avoiding gaining extra pounds over the holidays, I encourage you to try this out, join this challenge with us, but also reach out to people you know that this may be a thing for them, because this is a huge way to boost your business, to help you run for that Pro 4 rank. The company is offering these metabolism bundles. There are 3 different levels. And what's great is that anytime you add a fat burn to your existing order, or anyone purchases these bundles, it's going to be free shipping through the end of November. So I encourage you to order a fat burn, get the free shipping. They have, like, their smaller package is going to be the Nerf 2 and the fat burn. So they've got, you know, kind of these 3 different tiers of bundles, and you get that free shipping. And so I just wanted to briefly touch on how fat burn is working, kind of the new discoveries that were talked about in the science meeting and doctors meeting, because this really got me excited. So I had never, and I'm sorry, these slides might be a little bit hazy because these were just me shooting it off my phone in the lecture, but I really I never knew that there was something called white fat and brown fat, or beige fat. But there apparently are these 3 different types of fat molecules within our bodies. The brown fat, as you can see, the lipid particles are smaller. There's like those 4 sort of light yellow circles at the top. And then you see like the darker little squiggly things with the boxes attached. Those are the mitochondria. And so when you're young, you have this brown fat. So you have lots of mitochondria, and you have these smaller lipid particles. And what they do is the mitochondria burn the energy, burn the fat, and transform it into energy. And so it's kind of like the little kids that run around with no clothes, you know, or barely any clothes on in the winter, and they're not cold. And you're like, how are you not freezing? Well, it's because they're producing a lot of heat because they have a lot of brown fat. And so therefore, you know, they're burning that off. And as we get older, our metabolism slows down. We naturally have a decline in our mitochondrial function and production. And so we end up with the white fat, which is on the left there. And so you have these very large lipid molecules and few mitochondria to kind of burn that up. So that tends just to stay it's just harder to get rid of. And, you know, obviously the NAD is a huge factor in helping boost our mitochondria. So just imagine combining this with the fat burn. But right now we're just talking strictly about fat burn. And when you take this product every day, what it does is the ingredients in it helps to transform that white fat into a combination of white and brown fat, which is called beige fat. And so you're actually breaking down the large lipid molecules into smaller free fatty acid molecules, increasing the mitochondria and able to burn fat easier. And so again, imagine also taking NAD with it, how much more benefit you're going to have, with the synergy of those things. And so these are the results of the study, which is so awesome. And this is a human study that was recently completed. It was 16 weeks, a double-blind placebo-controlled study on Sinatrol, which is the active ingredient in the fat burn. And it showed, the results showed that just by taking fat burn alone, you are going to burn an extra 181 calories per day without, that's resting. So it's not extra exercise, changing your diet, anything. It's really, these people had really no change in habit or exercise. They were eating a healthy diet, but they just added the fat burn to it, and they burned an extra 181 calories a day. They also had a reduction in total fat by 5.2%, which comes out to around 4 pounds. And then it showed also the increased ratio of beige fat. So again, you're reducing that white fat, which is harder to get rid of. And this is really exciting for those of us who tend to put fat around our midsection is that 65% of the fat loss was in the trunk area, which Mike thought junk in the trunk, like in the back, but this is actually visceral fat in the belly. So that's super exciting. And I remember the first study showed a reduction in visceral fat, and this even confirmed that. So, and then this is kind of cool is that even after you stop using it, after that 4-month period, you continue to burn fat. So obviously the metabolic the benefits are still there for several weeks after the study was concluded. So you guys, let's do the fat burn. For those of you who want to burn some extra calories or not gain, let's do it together. And what a great way to market something to the people we know. Like, everybody wants to lose weight or at least not gain weight. So all right, now you guys, our next Elite Academy is happening in March 16th through 18th in New Orleans, Louisiana. What a great place. What a great city. How much fun is this going to be? I'm so excited. We had, I feel like we can double or even triple the number of people on our team there for New Orleans. I think if we could just get one person to come with us, imagine, we have to do this. We have to do this. This is going to just be like the best time. And I love the city. If you've never been, it's awesome. If you have been, you know what I'm talking about. But this is a great destination vacation for people. So I think it's just a great way to invite your friends, come, see what it's all about. Let's have fun, meet the team. It's, this is how I joined the company. I was not a distributor, but I went to my first event in Long Beach, California with my friend. And, there's no substitute for being there in person and experiencing it. And especially if you're bringing guests or friends, and, it can be like it's like no pressure kind of thing. Just come and let's have fun and meet the people I'm working with, and like see what, so you can see what I'm all about, what I'm doing, and see if it fits with you. So I think we should all make a goal to invite one person, and get them to New Orleans. Like, how fun would that be? So the main thing I want to stress to all of the distributors is that right now we have special pricing, $79. That ends tonight, and tomorrow it's going to jump to $149. So I would highly recommend go ahead and register. I went ahead and bought 2 tickets. I think probably because my husband will come, but if he doesn't, then I'll have an extra ticket, because even for guests sometimes, if they're not distributors yet and you're just trying to get somebody to come with you, just buy them a ticket. I mean, think about it. If they end up joining your business, or even becoming a customer, it's so worth that $79. So anyway, go ahead and get registered tonight, just so you don't miss that special pricing. And I'm going to stop share. Those are the big announcements. I mean, there was just so much. I have so many notes, but I want to stop talking because I want you guys to be able to share a little bit about maybe just one takeaway from this event. If there's anything I missed, chime in. So who would like to talk about her? Who would like to share first? Maybe a takeaway.
I'll go first. There were so many good things that it was really hard to pick just one. But I think that my favorite part of the events, the things that really stick with me and keep me motivated and just keep my mind open to sharing, is the stories that we hear from people. And we heard a lady named Crystal on stage. She was part of the Pro 7 panel. And I took notes because from the get-go, I could tell that LifeVantage had been so impactful in her life. And she was so emotional. She could barely get her words out. But her story is she had a brain injury. She didn't go into a lot of details. We were actually able to meet her in person on the last day. And we were all wondering, what was her actual story and her diagnoses. I mean, it was a list this long, but kind of the initial thing that happened to her was a carotid, where your carotid is the layers split and it's not holding, like you bleed out, and she had all these like tiny strokes and these chronic severe headaches, and was on so many medications. None of them were helping her. The medical system failed her in so many ways because they just thought she was just coming in for more drugs. But she even was diagnosed with POTS, and she would stand up and literally just fall out. Like she was just not functional and was bedridden for 10 years and in so much pain that she was an angry person. And when she shared with us her story, and that the first thing that she noticed improving after she started taking Protandim Nerf 2, actually, I think it was, I can't remember. She was on one of the stacks. So she was on Nerf 2 and something else, but I can't remember what else. But Christy and Allison might remember. But anyway, the first thing that her husband noticed is that she wasn't angry, like she was smiling, and that she just felt better. And I was just like, oh my God, because she talked about how hard it was for her to not be contributing to her family. She wasn't present with her kids. Her husband had to take over taking care of the kids and taking care of the farm, like their dream farm that they were raising their kids on. They had to sell it because they couldn't, like her husband couldn't do it all without her. So they ended up like downsizing to a smaller place with less land. It was still too much. She was still struggling. And her doctor eventually said, you need to move. You need to leave this area. The barometric pressure is too unstable here and it's too hard on you. So they moved to Florida. They just like completely left their home, went somewhere where they didn't know anyone, and just moved to Florida. So it was just such a crazy story of how their lives were just turned, upside down, and they were in such a difficult, painful situation for so many years with no light at the end of the tunnel. And her words were, without LifeVantage, I wouldn't be here. She said, I was bedridden. My husband had to take over everything, and that LifeVantage gave her the gift of health and life. And she said that her friend wanted to talk. It was not even a friend. It was like somebody she barely knew. It was a parent of one of, one of her kids' friends, wanted to talk to her. And she said, I don't want to talk about it. Like, there's nothing to talk about. And the lady said, well, do you have 15 minutes? And that she was like, okay, I have 15 minutes. And then she started to do better on the products. And they asked her if she wanted to be a distributor. And she said, I'm not a salesperson. And her upline said, what if you share with just one person and it changes their life like it did yours? And she was like, that did it for her. Within a few months after that, she got to work and she hit Pro 5 in a year. So it was just so impactful to see her on stage, but then actually get to talk to her, like before we were just sitting there having a drink before we were heading to our dinner reservation, and I really felt like she just walked into that restaurant so that we could hear her story. So I think, that is really the main reason why we go to these events. It's to spend time with our team, hear our team stories, cross line, down line, up line, our whole Life Manage family, and just remember why we're here and why we're doing this. So sorry, I didn't mean to take up so much time.
I'm so glad you shared that story. That was so impactful. So, and I have her contact info, and I would love to get her to come on to a call, because she really seemed to want to share her story. And I love that she was just like finally at that point in her life where she's able to do that. And she's beautiful. You would just never know in a million years all that she had been through. And so, yeah. So I know, just that's, again, building the belief when you that much more when you hear this stuff. So thanks for sharing, Alice.
Welcome.
All right. Well, I know it's end of time, but I'm cool if anybody else has a nugget they want to share.
I just had one really quick one, and it kind of goes along the same lines as what Alice shared. So the one thing that came at me this weekend was decide, just make a decision. And then the other one was people are down on their knees praying. So, and then the book, Get Over Your Damn Self, right? So, in fact, while we've been on the call, I've been texting back and forth with somebody who I reached out to. So, the first thing he asked me was, is this Arbonne? I said, no. He says he's been in 8 MLMs. So I haven't finished the conversation with him, but I'm interested to see where it goes.
You have to tell him about Jill, who was in 26 MLMs.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Jersey Jill.
Jersey
No, it
Jill.
wasn't Jill. Wait, it was the one that jumped that did the hot air balloon. What was her name?
Oh, the girl
Trish
from
Hunt.
Australia. She was
It was
just
Trish Hunt.
Yes, she was
Trish Hunt.
hilarious.
That's awesome.
So
Well,
I'll
Carol,
let you know what happens. But yeah, that was for me. It was like the 2 girls in my office today, I said, hey, let's do the fat burn together. I told them how many calories this would burn over the 4 months. And it was like nearly 22,000 extra calories. I go,
wow.
are you guys in? They said, can we wait till the 1st because of pay? I go, yeah. So we're going to start.
Nice.
The 3 of us are going to do it together next week.
That's awesome. I love it.
So they're just getting the fat burn. Is it free shipping on just the fat burn, or do you have to get a bundle? I thought it was any order that had the fat burn.
Yeah, any order. Yeah.
Okay. All right, cool. That's what I told him. I told him it was free shipping. And so no, you know what? I've just decided. And if people say no, people say no. I gave away 4 of my postcards on my trip home.
I love it. Are you gonna get the tattoo? Like
no, I'm not a tattoo girl. No tattoos for me. I lasted 60 years without one. No tattoos. But Jess may come to New Orleans.
That's awesome. Oh, I hope she does. I would love to meet her. So fun. Well,
So yeah. So
Carol.
I love you guys. I just want to tell you I love you all so much. I just love being with you girls. You just make my world a better place, and I'm so thankful for each of you.
Oh, we feel the same about you. So thank you.
Yeah, Carol, tell Jess she has to order a ticket tonight and then she has to go.
Yeah, I already told her. I told her I'd help her with the flight stuff. We'll figure it out.
Yeah. Yeah. So
So.
awesome.
Excellent. Okay. Anybody else want to say anything?
I have something.
Yay, Abby.
I don't have my camera on because I'm packing, but one thing that I took away, I guess, as well as Carol, is to just decide and kind of become stubborn about it and make it a mindset that not you're going to or you did, but you're going to keep doing it. And I started that book from Tara, the 7 Decisions, yesterday on my drive home. And, it really made me start thinking. And I think it's a really great listen if anybody else wants to listen to it. That you just got to do it. And if you fall flat on your face, then you fall flat on your face and you get up and you just do it again. And I like that in the book, they referenced a lot of things that, are real stories of how just making a decision, whether it was the wrong one or right one, or it was the right time or the wrong time, they made a decision and it ended up paying off for them in the long run. But they made the decision just to make a decision and to just decide that's what they were going to do. One foot in front of the other, and don't worry about what the outcome's going to be, because you'll miss the opportunity of just making the decision to go. And then the second thing is something that Vandy said to us that night that we did the team dinner. And it's something that resonated a lot with me because I am very hard on myself. And if I don't do something and it doesn't go right, I get really discouraged about, well, I'm just not going to do it anymore. Or I'm just not going to do that again. Or, I didn't do anything today, so I'm just going to stop doing anything tomorrow. And she said to make 3 goals for yourself a day and to have a baseline of what you want to complete in a day, whether that's text 2 people, whether that's text 5 people, whether that's respond to your messages or something simple. Make that your goal for every day, but also have a goal for those days when you get through your stuff faster, you have extra time, or you want to do more, you're feeling inspired, it's coming easier. Make a goal of 10 text messages, or reaching out to 10 people. And then she said also have a bottom line goal of just get on your phone and post one thing on your social media, or get on your phone and watch one video you haven't watched before to learn something. Don't be hard on yourself because you didn't do something that day. Just do something at the bare minimum level and make it a goal to just do that bare minimum. And then you're not going to lose your momentum for your next day and your next day. And I feel like that really stuck with me because I know that I miss a day and then the next day I'm like, well, I didn't do it yesterday, so I don't need to do it today. Or I messed it up yesterday, so now I got to wait until Monday to start again, or whatever it is. So those were just my 2 things.
I can so relate, Abby, and I think so many people can relate to that. You are not alone on that. And I love that too. You have to give ourselves grace, and we're not going to have the same energy every day, day to day. It's going to wax and wane as life comes, at us. And so, but it's just about those little tiny small steps that you do consistently over time. And so I love that. Thank you for sharing and for coming to the event. And I'm excited about that book. I'm going to download it too. And the Get Out of Your Damn Head one, whatever that one is. All right. Anybody else? Jenny or Chrissy, you guys have anything? Okay. Well, thank you so much for being on the call, guys. And please go get registered for New Orleans. And it's just such an exciting time. And we're here for you. Please reach out. I told Carol, use and abuse me. If you need me for a 3-way call, a text, a group text, I want to help however I can, support your team, support you. So love you guys and have a wonderful night.